Hey, what's good, guys? Welcome. And those who don't know me, I'm Esteban, 43 years old, and I'm into health, fitness, longevity, and mindset in a big, big way. Anyway, thank you for joining me. And I promise that I will try to post as many videos as I can, long form content. And those who know me will probably know me from Instagram. So I appreciate you guys for joining. So, one of the questions that I really wanted to touch upon today is weight loss. So, everyone wants to figure out the best way to lose weight. Everyone has these preconceived ideas of what it is and what their strategy is to lose weight. And it's a bit nuanced, right? So, I don't want to get into depth, but I want to give a generalized picture or what we really need to be focusing on, because the main goal here is to get the biggest bang for your buck. So you want to actually, if you're actually doing the work, if you're actually putting in the effort, you want to make sure that you're putting in the effort in the right direction and not the wrong direction. You don't want to be backtracking, knowing everything that you are doing is heading you towards your goal. Even if you feel like you're going slowly, you're going in the right direction. Okay. How can we sustainably lose weight? And everyone is different. Everyone has a different genetic sequence. Everyone is on their own individual fitness journeys, but the fundamentals stay the same. If you are extremely overweight, that could be subjective. You would maybe need a different protocol. You would maybe need to tackle this from a different approach. And this is where your calorie intake and outtake comes into play. You want to be focusing on movement. You want to be not just controlling what you eat, but you need to be, as I said, moving your body, doing the cardio, going for walks, do low impact cardio, gets your body moving, right? This is the first thing. Then you will slowly transition into resistance training. And here's the holy grail of fitness and sustainability. When we reach a certain weight category, we're not extremely overweight, but we have stubborn belly fat. And I'm sure that a lot of us can relate to this. We have stubborn belly fat and it's just not shifting. But we automatically go into overdrive on cardio, but we neglect the fundamentals or things that we really should be focusing on. Remember, I said to get the biggest bang for your buck, meaning that what you are doing is making or having the biggest impact. So it's so important. This is why we give up, because we're not necessarily doing the exact right things to get the best results. Managing expectations comes into play. If we're at that stage, what we need to be focusing on is a few main things. I've mentioned before in my socials on Instagram is sleep. I'm a big advocate for sleep. It regulates your hormones. You don't want to be spiking cortisol too much. You're just not as focused, and it has so many detrimental effects that cascade through your body. If you want to be in the most optimal place, you need to really be focusing on sleep, all right? It controls your cortisol. When your cortisol is spiked too much, you're signaling your body, because everything comes down to signaling. So the stubborn belly fat is related to how you are signaling your body in response to that weight. How are you going to use that weight? Do you want to burn it off, or do you want to keep it? Do you want to store it? Sometimes we're telling our body to store it for a rainy day, to store it because of reserve, because we might need it. We're hunkering down instead of just optimizing our receptors to really burn that fat. And this is what I'm trying to get at. That stubborn fat, you need to be very specific in how you train. If we overdo on cardio, we're potentially losing muscle mass and we're increasing the cortisol spikes too much. You lose weight whilst doing cardio, and it's beneficial. VO2 max and all of that stuff is really important. Cardiovascular health is one of the key indicators that I'm always talking about for being optimal and having a complete healthy regime. But we want to talk specifics. If you spike your cortisol and you're deteriorating that muscle mass, bear in mind, as we get older, we find it harder to build up muscle. And if you're doing excess cardio, especially when you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s and on, you are potentially tearing away that hard earned muscle that's so hard to put on in the first place. So let's think about building that muscle mass. You're building your body to be way more metabolically flexible. See, when we do cardio, we're burning calories in the moment, but when we build muscle mass, we are creating an engine, a system that will burn that stubborn belly fat even at rest. The easier that we are able to sustainably keep off the weight long term. I always come from the angle of, or the lens of, everything I do is more of a long term approach. So putting in the fundamentals, not just for here and now, but long term. We don't want to be a hamster on that treadmill. So controlling what you put in your mouth, controlling what you eat has a way bigger impact than the countless hours of cardio that we seem to be doing. That's an easier route to lose weight. Control what you eat. Resistance train. Make sure you're hitting them heavy weights in a controlled manner, no injuries, getting the form right, and then progressively introducing more weights. And ladies, I think, are scared of lifting weight, and there's so many myths, and I just want to debunk that right away. Ladies, don't be scared of lifting weights. You're not going to get overly muscular because us guys try so hard and we fall short of this milestone or this goal ourselves. So you are actually going to look slimmer and look and feel better within yourself. And the next one is, as I mentioned, sleep, regulating your hormones, getting that sleep, controlling the stress. So once you have these three fundamentals, sleep, I put sleep and stress as one. Controlling what you eat and then doing that resistance training, you are exactly on the path that you need to be on. Yes, we can incorporate cardio into that as well, but if we're missing the fundamentals, the things that are going to get you there as fast as possible, then that's on you. I personally don't do cardio that much, and when I do it in activities that I feel are more fun. So these aren't structured activities. These might be going for a long walk. These might be spending time with my children, playing football or soccer for those in the States, or anything social like that. That's how I do my cardio. How you choose to do cardio is up to you, but the fundamentals, the main bulk of it, if you want to lose that stubborn belly fat, your body will lose weight where it does naturally. The last places it loses weight from is those stubborn areas. We want to be losing that weight, that stubborn weight, but we want to be doing it in a way that we don't get burnout and we can do it sustainably and incorporate it into our lifestyles. So, guys, maybe, just maybe, taper off the cardio just a bit, increase the resistance training, think about your stress, your sleep, and what you eat, what you put in your mouth, because these are the things we can control and these have the biggest impact. Thanks again for joining me. I will try to create more videos like this. And if you're already here, please do leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know potentially what you want me to cover next time. And as always, peace.